Hello, everybody. In case you have trouble with your dishwasher disposal, or your sink disposal, I should say, some refer to it as a sink redder. This is a Badger, and all are made this way. This is a Badger 5, 1/2 horsepower. Now, I want you to note that if it quits running, all isn't over with. You have field windings here. This field is set up by your power, and you get an electromagnet. You get your power wiring, your black, white, which is your common, black is your hot wire, and you have a ground wire naturally that attaches to the frame. And this particular model, as you can see, anyway, all disposal are made the same way. They either got a magnetic fill, and they have also what we refer to as a stator on a AC motor, which is this part here. Your stator is right here. Okay. Now, when this stator is inserted then into the field windings, like so, that sets up electromagnetic force, which causes this to turn. So, now if you hear clanking coming out of your disposal, more likely you need to drop some ice in it. This will sharpen your blades up. This is what cuts your food up. And also, on this tutorial, some motors now are considered, well, you get these apart, like a long story short, you have these long screws that run all the way through your housing that attaches this top and this bottom together. So, anyway, you see this in there is very dirty. But anyway, we're going to clean all that up. Now, located inside the motor, you'll note you have thermal protection right there. Okay, that thermal protection sometimes will go bad, which in this case, that's what's wrong with this motor. So you got a red wire that you can bypass the thermals. Of course, it's there for protection of the motor, keep it burning up. But in this case, I'm going to take this red wire and attach it over to this other red wire, which will bypass the thermals, okay? Now, then we got the simplicities out of the way. The magnetic force field set up by your field windings, they're covered in cambric, so you haven't got to worry about any danger there. There's no direct short because cambric is put on the windings so that they don't short out naturally, and it's protection. And this stator will rotate your impeller, which in turn rotates your blades, which in turn cuts your food up. Now, they are put together by, you have a inlet and an outlet. You have an outlet that goes to your drain and an inlet from your dishwasher. Okay, now we got that out of the way. Always be careful when taking these apart. They're pretty basic, pretty simple, so don't let somebody try to sell you something you don't need. This in here is very dirty. I'm going to clean it up. Just to give you a heads up. Now, sometimes you'll occur where you have, instead of a stator, they call an armature in a DC motor. Even though it runs off AC, they have what they call a bridge rectifier, which changes it from AC to DC. In turn, they got an armature versus a stator. Okay, the armature itself has brushes on it that run against the armature, and again, another magnetic force field is set up causing it to rotate. But most of them are AC, and strictly AC. And this stator, when electromagnetic field builds up in here, the stator will rotate and turn. It'll turn your blade, and these being run some ice cubes in it occasionally to keep these sharp. Hear clicking noise? It's just your blades, and they're probably, you get debris located in behind them, and they'll make a clicking noise. So all you gotta do is disassemble like this. Check for a reset. That's what that thermal is, because you'll have a reset located on the bottom of your motor, which comes through these holes here. Now this reset is located on the bottom of every motor, and if you don't have it, there's shaft runs through here. As you can see, has a 1/4 inch Allen head. Usually your disposal will come with one. It's an offset hex head, and in turn you can remove that by removing this bolt right here and tear it completely down, which we were going to do this one. But regardless, that's how simple the disposal is. A Syncerator, if you want to refer to it as that, which a lot of them do. This is a Badger 5, 1/2 horsepower, and this is a reassembly. All you do is turn it around, put your stator back into your windings, put the assembly back together, and providing your thermals are okay, or you bypass your thermals, it's going to fix your problem. Save you from having to buy a new disposal, and this is about $130. So it's a lot easier to take it apart. Take your time. And these long screws, like I say, there's 4 of them. They run from top to bottom, and they are torque set, as you notice. So you can, if you don't have a Torx driver that fits over that, you can use needle nose pliers, preferably vice grip needle nose pliers, and break them loose and take them out, and everything slides apart. That's how simple it is. That's the end of this tutorial. If you found it helpful whatsoever, please give me a notification, and I'll upload the rest of the videos on anything that's electrical, from ranges to replacing dryer elements for your dryer, working on your washer machines, whatever. Everything is pretty basically the same in all brands. And so I hope this has been helpful to you. Have a beautiful day. God bless.